Hi VC, hope everybody's well. Got another video for you, some recent purchases. I'm going to start off with this one. This is called Life After Death by a band called Life. This is a reissue that I came across a couple of weeks ago. It's a sort of rocky, sort of hard rock, prog type album, as I say, released in 1974. I didn't even know this album exists till a couple of weeks ago, and it was actually for sale, being sold by a guy who I'd just ordered another record from, and it was quite cheap. It was under a tenner, and I quickly googled it, and it seemed to be 20 quid everywhere if you wanted a vinyl copy. So I thought, yeah, I'll risk that. The cover appealed to me, and I really like it, so I recommend that. About 4 or 5, 6 weeks ago, something like that, a friend of mine who I hadn't known for very long, he's not a member of the VC, recommended a band called Porcupine Tree to me. Now, I'm embarrassed to say that although I'd vaguely heard of them, I couldn't name a song. I'd never listened to anything. If I had, I'd sort of listened to it on the radio and not thought twice about it. And he recommended this album to me. Said this was his personal favourite, Signify, I think this one's called. Double album. And I bought it and I loved it. So I bought some more. This one I think is this Voyage? No, this is Stupid Dream. This was the second or third one I bought. Again, double vinyl. Absolutely loved it. This is The Sky Moves Sideways. Another one with a double LP. Absolutely loved it. And this is the fourth one I bought, In Absentia. Again, double LP. Absolutely loved it. I've since bought 4 more. No, sorry, I've listened to this one as well. This is Voyage 34. Again, double album. So that was the 5th one, and I bought 3 more. This is On the Sunday of Life. Again, double LP, and that's the 6th one, and I've listened to all of those 6. These are my last 2 purchases for Porcupine Tree that I haven't listened to yet. This is Coma Divine. This is a 3-album box set. Sorry about the glare from the light. And finally, this is a live box set from October 2008, Beneath the Skies. So, yeah, I'm really pleased that my friend recommended those to me. I think he recommended one, and then Daniel from the VC, from just up the road from me in Telford, Shropshire, told me 2 or 3 albums that he had and he was really keen on, and yeah, it's great to get a tip that comes off. This is an album that I think it was Daniel again recommended to me. This is The Raven That Refused to Sing by Stephen Wilson, who either is or was a member of Porcupine Tree. Now this is unopened, but I have actually listened to it, the whole album, on YouTube. I actually did it while this was in the post to me. I know Dan loves this. I'm not so keen on this as I am on the actual Porcupine albums. Maybe it'll grow on me. This one's fantastic. This is another album that I've listened to on YouTube before I bought it. It's a triple album with 2 CDs. It's Kaleidoscope by Transatlantic, the box set. Phenomenal. I'll just go through a few others with you guys now. This is Soundgarden King Animal Demos, the 10-inch Record Store Day issue. I've got 3 absolutely stunning mint condition Neil Young albums here. This is Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere, Neil Young with Crazy Horse. Another absolutely fantastic condition. This is Hawks and Doves by Neil Young. So I'm pleased with that one. And finally for Neil Young, this is Neil Young, Crazy Horse. This is Life. So those are fantastic. I've got 3 albums here that I wouldn't say I necessarily bought on a whim. I had some free vouchers burning a hole in my pocket, and I bought these 3 from EMP online because they fit my sort of genre. First one is from Subsignal, and it's beautiful and monstrous. Next one is called Orphan Land. Sorry, it's called Sahara by Orphan Land. I think that's the right way around. New to me, so I'm looking forward to that. And this is End of Green, The Pain Stream. I'm interested to know if anybody's got any of those last 3 albums. I've got a couple of Crocus here. I've got quite a lot of Crocus, so I was pleased to pick these 2 up that I didn't have. This is One Voice at a Time, and this is Hardware. This is an album called Too Much Pressure by The Selector. Just go through these now. This is a record store day release of one of my favourite Aerosmith albums that I don't think I've got in any format at all, which is a bit odd, but it is one of my favourites. But I've never been able to pick it up on vinyl in good condition. It's Rock and a Hard Place, and it's the reissue on the Music on Vinyl label. This has been on my want list for ages. Mastodon the Hunter. I think that's superb. Excuse me. Now these next 3 albums are 3 albums that anybody who knows anything about me knows I'm massive Deep Purple fan. I already have these 3 albums, but they were being sold quite cheap by this guy, and I took a punt because I just thought, if they're as good as he says they are, they may be better. I may be able to upgrade my own copies or just sell them on. This is the Deep Purple Singles Mark II, and I really wish you could stick your hand through your screen and have a feel of this album, because it's got a beautiful, crisp, laminated, mint condition sleeve and mint condition purple vinyl. So that is an upgrade for my copy. I mean, my copy is fantastic. I'm really pleased with it, but this is the best I've ever seen. You couldn't beat this record in any way, shape or form. Absolutely perfect. So that's one for the collection. This is the next one from the same guy, and this is Powerhouse, and this again is just mint. It's just totally unmarked. It's fantastic. And finally, the most, I'll get this out the cover to show you. This is the most valuable. No, I won't get it out of the cover because it doesn't want to come out. This is made in Japan, and this is the first issue. Garrod and Lofthouse, totally unmarked. Cover, vinyl, labels, just perfect. And I've seen this album go for hundreds of pounds, simply because it's such an absolute classic. Yes, it was pretty much mass produced, but a first issue in this condition is rare. So, unbelievable bargain. I'm nearly finished now, guys, in case you're getting bored. I've got a couple here from Cathedral. This is the Garden of Unhealthy Delights. I had to add that when I knew that was coming out. This is the Last Spire by Cathedral. These next two are 12-inch singles by Cathedral, and they're both a new Ice Age. Now, I've already got this album single, but these two are a little bit different. This particular one is on blue and sort of, it's not white, it's sort of a grey silver splatter. And the next one, new Ice Age again, and this one is on red vinyl. So I'm really pleased with those. Just finally, I've got a couple of box sets. This is called On 10 Legs by Pearl Jam, and it's live. So that's great. And finally, for today, Dire Straits, the studio albums. I am a fan of Dire Straits, and I like all those albums, and I've got them all on CD, but I only got a couple on vinyl. And I did pick this up quite cheap, a lot cheaper than when it first came out, so I'm pleased with that. Sorry for going on a bit, guys. I'll catch you soon.